Basically, what I do in my INTERGOV role is I encourage a lot of collaboration, people to work together. I know someone that can help you out with that, put people in the right direction. I am the, central contact point for all of the departments that we work with, Commonwealth, state, just to try and give them a common face and a common contact point that they know. I do also do all of the organising for the Regulatory Leaders Forum. So I organise all of those meetings, line up the agendas, line up speakers, line up all of that sort of stuff, do all the liaison in between meetings, and basically just keep that conversation going in between meetings as well with our regulatory partners. I also chair the Water Compliance Community of Practice, which is a community of practice of more the officer level regulators across the basin. And that's very similar thing to the Regulatory Leaders Forum, except it's at the officer level and it's Australia-wide actually. So we have regulators from all over Australia, not just the basin. And it's a very, very similar thing. We do collaboration, share information, try to help solve, line people up to help solve problems. It is a challenge at times, given that every regulator is different, and I guess we're trying to get everyone to work towards the same direction, the same outcomes, better water management and compliance, but they're going to take slightly different roads to get to the same end goal. They do have different unique challenges in each of the jurisdictions, and so that's the art to it, I guess, is working out how they can help each other where they are different, and you do need to acknowledge that they're different and do something slightly different with one than the other, but also find those common places where they actually, well, you think you're different, but actually I can see from the outside that you guys have got a few similar issues and you could benefit from working together. Or, if you talk to so-and-so at the top of the catchment, he's actually got a very similar issue to you, and they can actually learn from each other even though they're on slightly different paths. There's a lot happening. It's a very busy space at the moment with all of the reviews, the review of the Inspector General, the review of the Basic Plan, the Water Act review. There's a lot of reviews and things going on, so it's a very busy space. And so I think one of the key things that this group can do to help everyone out in that space is to be a vehicle for this group of regulatory leaders to actually have a voice into a lot of that work, because policy works a lot better when people that actually have to implement it on ground have had a say in the development of it and whether it actually is practically achievable. And so this group can feed that information into those policy reforms going on, I think. So there's a lot of challenges, and really the only way to work through those challenges is just a lot of talking. So we do a lot of talking, and we encourage the states to do a lot of talking with each other. If the different basin states that make up the whole Murray-Darling Basin catchment are talking together, which they are now, they weren't really previously in the regulation space in an organised way, then it's only got to improve things. That's the key. If they're not talking together, well, they're definitely not working together.